Module number 4, Relationships. Relationships and health. Social relationships, both quantity and quality, affect mental health, health behavior, physical health, and mortality risks. Sociologists have played a major role in establishing the link between social relationships and health outcomes, identifying explanations for this link, and discovering social variation, for instance by gender and race, at the population level. Studies show that social relationships have short and long-term effects on health, for better and for worse, and that these effects emerge in childhood and cascade throughout life to foster cumulative advantage or disadvantage in health. Social scientists have studied several distinct features of social connection offered by relationships. Social isolation refers to the relative absence of social relationships. Social relationships. Social integration refers to overall level of involvement with informal social relationships, such as having a spouse, and with formal social relationships, such as those with religious institutions and volunteer organizations. Quality of relationships includes positive aspects of relationships, such as emotional support provided by significant others, and strained aspects of relationship, such as conflict and stress. Social networks refer to the web of social relationships surrounding an individual. In particular, structural features, such as the type and strength of each social relationship. Each of these aspects of social relationships affects health. 4 tips for healthy relationships. Relationships are like houses. In order for them to stand the tests of time, they need a good foundation. The very first thing you do when constructing a home is to decide what kind of foundation you want and need. Similar things are required when starting a new relationship. You have to do your due diligence and make sure the person you are interested in has the right attitude, good communication skills, and a solid emotional interest in pursuing something real. If both of you are in the same place, and most everything fits together, your new relationship has a good foundation and a much better chance of success. When you have a positive foundation, you have the knowledge, strength, and confidence necessary to create anything you want and to take it as far as you like. It also gives you the ability to take a risk. This is a basic truth that those who have accomplished their dreams all share. Even if you don't have what you need right now, there is nothing wrong with doing a little work to make your foundation as strong as possible. Self-actualized people take the steps necessary to get the support they need to heal the issues that always arise. Here are 4 tips. 1. Listen. We all want to be heard. It is natural to be drawn to someone who listens and hears what we have to say. 2. Share. Sometimes we feel happier than at other times. Be open and honest and stay in control and share those feelings. 3. Be genuine. When you feel good about who you are, other people want to be around you. Be humble and trustworthy. And 4. See good. We get what we focus on, overlooking shortcomings, and appreciate the strengths. Treat yourself right. Victoria Moran said, "Every person you see has stories, and every person you see has a few that would break your heart. We deserve each other's respect simply because we've survived all that we have and kept going anyway." It has been said that he who lives for himself alone lives for the meanest mortal known. Compassion expands us. It extends our scope of positive influence beyond our immediate situation. Any success is hollow without it. The literal definition of compassion is to feel with. It means living with the knowledge that your life is as important as mine, your dreams as valid, your children as precious, and your pain is real. Compassion gives us a more valid view of the world by taking us out of its center. Every person you see has stories, and every person you see has a few that would break your heart. We deserve each other's respect simply because we've survived all that we have and kept going anyway. Compassion fuels kindness, gentleness, and patience. It helps you realize that everybody else is doing the best they can just as you are. It makes it easier to give other imperfect people the benefit of the doubt. Compassion is also an invaluable aid in accepting others as they are and allowing them to be different from us. Enhance your compassion by starting closer to home with yourself. We can be so hard on ourselves. Find the midpoint between putting yourself down and rationalizing mistakes away. Accept responsibility, but don't waste time with guilt. Treat yourself as you would a treasured friend. Go from showing more compassion toward yourself to showing more compassion to those closest to you. These are the people we love so dearly that feeling their pain splits us in two. Love without compassion, however, gets twisted. It results in emotional oddities, like feeling angry because loved ones aren't happy, or letting our fear of losing them overshadow their needs for growth, experience, and self-determination. Wayne Dyer said, "Real magic in relationships means an absence of judgment of others." Compassion. Express more compassion toward other people in your world. Listen and help out as much as you can. A little thoughtfulness goes a long way. Of course, avoid overextending yourself for others. Misappropriated compassion can deplete your resources and short-circuit the process. Be on guard for overextending as you go beyond those you know to express compassion to those you don't. There is no shortage of suffering. The sheer magnitude can make us want to retreat back into the comfort of more agreeable circumstances. One way to protect yourself while allowing your compassion to grow is to choose one cause that speaks to you and support it actively with your labor, your capital, or both. That way you can know that even though you can't save the world, you can make a difference in one piece of it. Finally, let your compassion go beyond the boundaries of human need to encompass other creatures too. Quote, "Until he extends the circle of his compassion to all living things," wrote Albert Schweitzer, man will not himself find peace. Become conversant with the notion that there really is a majestic web of life and that all members of it hold their own lives dear. Follow your compassion where it takes you, even though some people are bound to disapprove. Perhaps your cause isn't theirs, or the suffering that pierces your soul doesn't seem real to them. They may simply be so involved with their own concerns that little else matters. Save some compassion for them too. Make some friends. Regardless of your age or marital status, there is plenty of science to support the importance of seeking and maintaining friendships. A study published in the British Medical Journal found that men and women who reported having 10 or more friendships at age 45 had significantly higher levels of psychological well-being at age 50 than those with fewer friends. Maintaining friendships may even be more important as we get older, according to researchers at Michigan State University, who found that among older adults, friendship quality often predicts health more so than the quality of any other relationship. Another study conducted by researchers at Brigham Young University went as far as to say that friendships affect our life expectancy. People with larger social circles had a 50% lower mortality risk than those who didn't. The translation is, you should be cultivating friendships like your life depends on it. So if your social circles have started to dwindle, here's what you can do to start adding some more friends to your roster. Click on the link. When we were in grade school, we'd walk up to someone and say, "Will you be my friend?" As an adult, it can be trickier, but it's just as important. As adults, we often meet fewer people. Our priorities are different, and on top of that, we're just too cool. The truth is, it can be terrifying to put ourselves in a place of being rejected. We've had a few bad friendships, and we don't want to be taken advantage of, so we hold back. The thing is, friends are important, so we're going to work on making friends. Use this week's workbook to acquire some techniques to making friends. Learn how to find your kind of friends, how to become trusted friends, and how to build a foundation for friendship. Channel the action-oriented, judgment-free way you made friends as a child into your adult life. Leave behind the negative thinking. False and limiting beliefs often go back to when we've been rejected in the past. You are good enough to be someone's friend. You are not boring, etc. And you don't have to be friends with just anyone. You can pick your friends and create your own choice of experiences. You have an advantage as an adult. You are clearer on your preferences and can choose your kind of people. When we take action, texting and setting up a friend meetup, instead of creating a rejection scenario in our head, we're able to overcome the concerns of fears that may come along with rejection. Find your people. You may not be in a room full of classmates. There are still plenty of places for you to find other like-minded adults to be friends with. Check out your office, church, gym, online groups, or groups set up for people who share the same life circumstances or activities. Make a list. Make a list of people who are potential friends. Schedule it. Choose one person a week to call or text and arrange for lunch, coffee, or a workout or walk. Make sure you schedule something to do together that you felt gave you commonality. Reschedule it. You can be different. If you don't enjoy the first activity, set another. You can also set another to explore other interests. Appreciate your differences as well as what you share. Evaluate it. Now is the time when you make sure it's right for you. You don't have to be friends with everyone, and as an adult, you have no time or space for toxic relationships. Celebrate it. Did your friendship pass evaluation? Now that you've made the investment of time, energy, and emotion, celebrate your new friendship. And nurture it. Check in on your friend. Remember to support your friend's high points. Be teammates and support each other. Be honest and enjoy one another.